Hello, devs, network engineers, and system architects. So, if you know this whole system, the Nomad, you know that how bad it is if you want to set up for, say, example, a hosting site, right? A hosting cluster where you can host a multiple site for your customers and facilitate them node-to-node communication where you have database, load balancer, which need to communicate across the multiple nodes in your cluster. And if you use the Nomad for this, if you had a bad luck and you came to this particular software and you face this issue that you are unable to do this, which I personally faced it, and it's really frustrating. I also make a whole other video why the Nomad is way worse software to do this. And so we did talk a lot about this particular software. It's a complete rant on my video, you can saw that. But in this field, you can't just criticize something and go away. You also need to have some kind of solution. So I also promised you, if I will find any solution for this, I will share it to all the person here. I know not many of people watch my video, but I'm making it so if even one person can get a help in this video, I'll be very satisfied, because the pain that I gone through over these issues are like hell. And I will make I'll try to make every video on the issues that are really hard and that I didn't find, so no one suffered like me. So let's come back to our main point, is that because Nomad doesn't allow a node-to-node communication among containers across the multiple nodes. So what is I do is that I create a single out component which will use, as you can see, this is the open GitHub account. You can read the code here, and all the thing is given here. So let me explain what it will do. When you are using Nomad, you obviously use cluster. It's a norm. Not a cluster. You will use a console. It's a norm. So what you need for node-to-node communication is that you can't do it on Nomad or anything that Nomad support. It doesn't work for me. So for the node-to-node communication, we will use a Docker Swarm, right? We will create a Docker Swarm controller on our Nomad server. As you can see here, we have I'll set up locally in the Nomad server, and we will add our all the clients to our Nomad server. So what it will give us is that it will then give us ability to create a attachable overlay network. You can just search for Docker overlay network, right? Docker overlay network, and you will find, right? Not without Swarm, we are going to with Swarm, but this will not have any issue, because as long as you will make the network, you will see the network on each of your client or the server. But you can't just attach that container which are created by Nomad to the network, right? So for example, let me create this. Yeah, let's apply this, and in here, let's make it a different name. Yeah, H world. And let me hide this. Yeah, so make it plan and run. So you can't just create a container which will attach to that network overlay network. So it will not happen. So what you can do is that I create this particular repo which has all the thing that you need. So we actually create this. You need to clone this or just use this whole uh, Docker Compose file. And let me explain you what are those things. So yeah, this is just a so here you get the image, which is Docker overlay network. So what it will do is that it will get the container which are deployed by Nomad, and if they have any, if in their env environment they have a Nomad kg overlay network, which you can set anything, then what it will do is that it will take all the configuration of that particular container and attach it to the this network. You make sure that you will have some network name that you set here, and you add this, and then what it will do is that this particular container uh, will act as a Docker container network manager, and will add that network to that container. So, for example, if you see that, I mean, if you see this, this particular container, let me go here. Yeah. So, if you see that, so you can see this, right? So, this particular container is not connected to overlay network. As you can see in the network card, it's not inside the overlay network, right? And we have our overlay network. Let me share you. Okay, sorry. um, yeah, overlay network in here, my attachable overlay, and Docker inspect. Let me show you what are the, yeah, so this is the yeah, this is the subnet. So it's something like this, /24. You can give anything that you want. And now just let's update this particular container. So yeah, so okay, so as you can see here, this is my uh, Docker overlay network, which I just created. It will okay. Yeah, let me show you. Yeah, so it is done. Let us see the Docker log. Let me clear it up. And you can see that our container is up. This is the logs that will that is streaming. And now, if we just update our container, this particular container. So let me copy this file because okay, let's not do that and create a new one so we can distinguish this. And this is the our configuration, which has only one thing, env nomad kg overlay network and true, right? So this is our app, which is doing the hello world. In the cluster, you can see that there are only three services, and we don't have any kind of service named hello world, right? And if you write, I mean, go to plan, then run it, it will take some time. So let me pause it. Yeah, it's just coming up. Yeah, so this app is come up. Let's see on the, yeah, so if you see here, our DNS has been added to this. So this is our container, and it is the IP of this particular container, 1.10.0.1.7. And if you go here, yeah, so this is the site. Sorry, this is the app, And if you go here, inspect it, you can check that this particular container is attached to this overlay network with IP address of 110.0.1.7. So this actually attached to the overlay network, and if you have another container, go here, rerun this, and let me copy it. Just we will change the name, right? And we have this in 80 port. Just make sure that we know it. Hello world. Yeah, run it. Yeah, just wait for a few seconds. As you can see, this container is also added. Just go here, service, and you will see something like web hello world without dash that we just created. And this is the site IP, which is 10.0.1.8, and this is the container. So let's go here, copy it. Let's check if we can access this from one container or not, from this container or not, so we can verify it that our whole thing is worked or not, right? So yeah, let me check if curl is not okay. So curl is not there, apk is not here. Okay. Yeah, let me create a new. Yeah, let's go in here. Let me. Okay, so I changed the image so we can have shell. Let me show you that this particular site's IP also changed. Yeah, so it got changed to 1.9, which has the bash. Let's go here. Yeah. Okay, so we have curl, right? And we will see if we can access it from this from this service. I mean this container to this, which has on different node. Copy it, and yeah. So as you can see, we can access it from here, and that's how this whole container works. And if you go to the log of that particular service, you can also get the log, brief log, and this is how you can see it. So yeah, so this is how you can fix this whole job issue on the Nomad, and node to node communication will work. By the way, just remember that only the containers who attach to that network can communicate among them. You can't able to curl them directly to their overlay network IP. So if you had a system jobs, you also need to add those system jobs to the overlay network. So I would actually suggest you to add a network which has /16, so you can have 65,000 container, which is, I mean, more than enough for you for any cluster to have. And you will add the env to the system jobs too, so they can have access all the containers in the network and communicate without any flaw. So yeah, that's how we can do it.